going on YouTube? It's your boy Good Feats, and we're back with vlog episode number 7. How's everybody been doing? I hope everybody's been doing good. As I can hear, I'm still getting over this little virus. Towards the end of last video, I ended up catching COVID. So that was not fun at all. Was probably, I done had COVID a couple times now, about like 4 times. That definitely was one of the worst strands that I had. I was really sick for about 4 or 5 days. So I'm just glad to kind of be off of that and getting back to it. But yeah, let's get right into it. This is going to be a good episode. But before I even go into what we're going to do in this episode, let's knock out you guys' favorite segment of the show. What are the good feats of the day? We got some heat. We always got some heat, but we got some heat today. Today, we are going to be showcasing the Reimagined 5s. I love these things, man. So these are like this is like one of the holy grail iconic shoes from like when we was a kid. So yeah, no, I definitely had to get these. I think I only wore these like twice, maybe. Haven't worn them in a while, so I'm definitely gonna have to break them out. But yeah, y'all know the vibe from here. Let's slide out to the hallway so I can throw these on the anklets, and then y'all can see what they look like in person. All right, bet. Catch y'all in the hallway. Alright, and there y'all have it, the Reimagined Metallic 5s. Joints is hard. But alright, what are we getting into this episode? So this episode, I'm going to take you guys on a little behind the scenes trip. We're going to meet my guy Frank today, who is the owner of DG Build, who is helping me build one of the fastest manuals on the planet. My guy Frank, my builder, he also has a G80 too. Or he has a G80, not a G82, but he has a M3. He has the X-Drive version. So we'll go over to his shop for a little bit. We'll talk to Frank, kind of pick his brain a little bit. He was the BMW Master Tech for a really long time. So he's a really smart and knowledgeable guy. We'll talk about the build a little bit. We'll talk about his car a little bit. And then he also has some goodies for me. So I sent Frank a bunch of money a couple months ago. And recently too. Sorry, excuse me. And he got all the other necessary parts that we need for this turbo conversion. So we'll do an unboxing. I'll tell you guys kind of what the parts are now. But we'll do an unboxing. So I have he bought all my fittings and like my ethanol sensor and all that other stuff needed for us to run full E. He also got me my port injection, my injectors, my rail, my connections, my wiring and everything. We also got my lower pressure fuel pump, and what else did we get? I think we also got my intake and my intercooler, or air cooler as BMW likes to call it now. And what else did we get? Oh, we also got my brain box. So I'm really excited about that. So we're going to do an unboxing with all the parts, but I definitely want to take some time to talk about the brain box. So this episode might be a little bit longer than usual. There's going to be a lot of good information, and I don't think I want to split it into two videos. So right now, everybody does one of two things. Everybody does boot mod and does rev 2, or they do reflex, which is kind of outdated a little bit. The tuners that I'm going with, they created this new controller of like port injection and everything else. And this new controller, it's called Cyvec, it's called OEX. So I kind of want to get into depth a little bit, not too much right now, but a lot more later when the car comes explaining things. But I just want to kind of go over why I chose to go with them compared to doing boot mod rev 2 or doing the reflex. All right, so we got a slight change in plans. I know I told you we was gonna go over to Frank's shop. So to introduce y'all to Frank, the mad scientist who's gonna be helping me build the G80. But Vaughn ended up going there to drop his car off, so he ended up bringing all my parts to the house. So we're just doing an unboxing here at the house, and we'll talk a little bit of some of the things that have came in recently. All right, let's slide downstairs. All right, yeah. So we got downstairs. Got a couple things. This came back from T51, and then I got all my packages from Frank, so we'll open them up. First, we will unbox this package from T51 so you can see everything. All right, so it's hard to see what all got done at T51 R-Mod because all they did was they machined those grooves right there inside the compressor housing. That way the turbo can make that nice whistling sound we all love to hear. And I don't think you guys ever saw that I powder coated the compressor housing, and I also got a precision turbo guard. So that's more of a aesthetic cosmetic upgrade. It's gonna look good and it's gonna sound really well when it's in the car. They say that you're supposed to get some kind of power gains, a couple horsepower, I guess, upstairs, just for the increased flow of air into the turbo. But I don't think it's ever been documented fully like that. These are the three boxes here. I'm gonna open this one by itself because I want to talk about this one a little bit. But these two, I'm gonna do a little bit of YouTube magic and then just have those boxes open. All right, so we have our Mac valve boost controller. We also have our Mac valve bracket. This came in like 3 colors. You could have got black, pink, or silver. I just chose silver. Now that I'm looking at them, like, damn, I wish I would have went with black. Got the 180 elbow fittings. Also got our ethanol sensor, our reader. We are going flex fuel. So my tuner already knows we will be having the car having the capability of just putting whatever fuel in it. So I'll be able to put 93 in it or 85 and the car will adjust on its own. I have the injectors. We are going port injection. So we do have, I believe they're 1050s. We want 1050 cc injectors. I also have my bucketed lower pressure fuel pump. The necessary lines and fittings for that. All right, so we have all our fuel stuff here. The only thing that's missing here from this equation that I still have to get that I intend to buy next week is the actual port injection rail. I thought I was coming with this. Maybe it's not. Oh yeah, the rail is coming with the intercooler. I forgot about that. So the rail does come with the intercooler, but I have everything else. Fuel is taken care of, and boost control and everything is taken care of. All right, so now let's dig into this box. I wanted to spend a good majority talking about this box and just explaining why I chose to go with this. All right, so here it is. Cyvex, aka OEX. This here is the brain box. So I know a lot of the G80 guys, they're running either Rev 2 with boot mod, or they are running, what's the brain box thing? I always forget it. Reflex, right? I chose to go with this. My tuner highly recommends this. This is something that they make in-house. And it's supposed to be like 6 to 10 times faster than Rev 2 and Motive Reflex, right? There is, I don't want to open this and I don't want to lose anything because my builder and my tuner was like, please don't lose or damage any of this stuff because it's made, like you have to give them the list of exactly what you want and what you want to have, and it's made, the harness is made that way, so I don't even want to open this and damage this. But there's like 5 or 6 different auxiliaries. There's a lot of parameters that we could put in, i.e. knock sensor, coolant pressure, oil pressure, fuel cut. There's a lot of things that you can literally tune, safety measures and safeties into your tune to make sure that if anything is off, that it'll end up killing power to save the motor. This was a pretty penny. This was not cheap. It cost me about almost like $5 for this. So I don't want to mess with this or damage any of this. But my whole mindset of this was I'd rather get a high quality upgraded computer instead of running a lower brain box. And end up blowing the motor. Now I got to spend 25, 30, 40 grand to replace the motor. I'd rather spend this money here in order to save and preserve it and to make sure that any safety parameter we want to put in, whether it's knock, whether it's coolant pressure. This particular one I have has coolant pressure. So let's say the head goes to lift a little bit, it'll cut right away before damage happens. If oil pressure drops below a certain PSI, then it'll cut. So my tuner, I'm going with Ben Calibration, by the way. Ben Calibration speaks highly of this. And I know a couple other vehicles that are here that Frank worked on, including himself, that has the OEX and no problems or issues or anything, and are able to get the max potential out of the vehicle and still do it safely. So I'm extremely excited about this. You guys have seen everything as of now. When it comes to performance parts, there are only a couple more things left needed on the table. Like I said, I have to get my intercooler still. I want to get my front tires still, and I have to get, that's it, my intercooler and my front tires. I already purchased my clutch. My clutch should be on the way in about a week or two. And then I also purchased my short shifter that I'm waiting to come in. All right, that's the unboxing for today. Let's slide back upstairs and I'll wrap with you guys real quick before we end this video. All right, y'all, we are back upstairs. That is everything for the unboxing for this episode. My apologies that you guys didn't get to meet Frank, but you guys will meet him in a later episode. So that is going to wrap up episode number 7. Y'all know the vibes. Like, comment, and subscribe. And let's keep this channel booming. All right, y'all. Catch you at episode 8.